Chapter 2: Oceans and Continents. The ocean is everything. It covers 7/10 of the terrestrial globe. Its breadth is pure and healthy. It is an immense desert where man is never lonely, for he feels life stirring all around. The ocean is the vast reservoir of nature. The globe began with the ocean, so to speak, and who knows if it will not end with it. Julius Verne, 1870. The big questions. What are oceans and continents? What are their names and their distribution? Second footnote. In what ways do oceans and continents impact life on Earth, including human life? Figure 2.1. The Earth seen from space photography by the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. The view is centered on the Pacific Ocean, with Africa to the left, India and part of Asia at the top, Australia to the right, and Antarctica at the bottom. Let us return to our globe and rotate it gently, or look at the picture of the Earth seen from the moon. What is the most widespread color you see? Blue? Obviously. But what does it represent? You must have guessed the answer. It is water. This means that most of the Earth's surface is actually covered with water. Almost 3/4 of the surface, in fact. That is why, when seen from outer space, the Earth appears mostly blue. Indeed, early astronauts lovingly called the Earth the blue planet. The largest water bodies we see on the globe are called oceans. But in the picture of Earth, figure 2.1, you can see at least one other color, brown. This color is that of land, which covers a little over 1/4 of the globe. A large body of land is called a landmass, and large continuous expansion of land is called a continent. Both oceans and continents play a vital role in shaping the climate of the Earth. They affect all aspects of life, including all planets and animals, and therefore human life. We see their impact throughout our history and culture, and in our daily lives. Don't miss out. The emblem of the Indian Navy contains the motto Sam no Varuna, pronounced Sham no Varuna, which means be auspicious to us, O Varuna. This is an invocation to Varuna, a Vedic deity associated with oceans, the sky, and water in general. The distribution of water and land on the earth. As it happens, oceans and continents are not distributed equally between the northern and southern hemisphere. Figure 2.2. Maps of Earth as seen from above the North Pole and above the South Pole. Let us examine the two maps in Figure 2.2. Here too, the blue area consists of oceans, along with their smaller extensions, which have various names, for say, sea, bay, gulf, etc. Definition of these terms are in the glossary at the end of this textbook. Let us explore. First, what are the circular lines in each make a fold? And do you know what the lines radiating out of the two poles are called? Hint, you have studied them in the previous chapter, but here they are presented differently. Second, which hemisphere holds more water? Third, what do you think could be the approximate proportion of water to land in the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere? Discuss in groups. 4. Are all the oceans connected with one another, or are there separation between them? There is a picture which shows ocean life. The first picture is of a coral reef, another a starfish on a sea anemone. Then there is a shark, there is a sperm whale with mother and a baby, dolphins, shallow coral reef with colorful tropical fish, algae, emperor penguins, bonnier sea turtle. The oceans together hold most of the water available on the planet. But this water is salty and unfit for consumption by most land animals, including humans. On the other hand, fresh water makes up a very small proportion of the planet's water resource. It is found in glaciers, rivers, lakes, and not in the atmosphere and also underground. The last is called groundwater. Think about it. If there is such abundance of water on the planet, why is there so much talk of water scarcity or a water crisis? What ways of saving water are you aware of? Which ones have you seen practiced at home, at your school, and in your village, town, or city? Oceans. On the world map in figure 2.3 on page 32, we can observe 5 oceans: the Pacific Oceans, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the Southern or Antarctic Ocean. Although we have listed 5 oceans, it is clear from the map that they are not really separate. The lines that divide them on the map are no more than conventions. The natural world does not follow such boundaries. Sea water, for example, constantly flows across different oceans, sustaining a rich variety of marine life. Many plant and animal species can be found across multiple oceans. The marine flora includes tiny plants called algae, and all kinds of seaweeds. The marine fauna consists of thousands of species of colorful fish, dolphins, whales, and countless mysterious deep-sea creatures. Each part of the ocean, from the sunlit surface to the dark depths, has its own diverse life form. There are some definitions. Marine, related to or found in the ocean and sea. Flora, the plant life of a particular region or period of time. Fauna, the animal life of a particular region or period of time. Figure 2.3. A world map showing the 5 oceans, their conventional boundaries, and the continents. Let's explore. Locate the 5 oceans and in the table below, mark the hemisphere or hemispheres they belong to. First, Pacific Ocean. Second, Atlantic Ocean. Third, Indian Ocean. Fourth, Southern Ocean. Fifth, Arctic Ocean. Categories: Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. It is visible on the map that the Pacific Ocean is the largest of all, followed by the Atlantic Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the third largest, while the Southern Ocean is the fourth. The smallest one is the Arctic Ocean. Don't miss out. As the map of oceans make clear, the main limit of the Indian Ocean are Asia to the north, Africa to the west, and Australia to the east. Apart from the Southern Ocean in the south, on either side of India, we find 2 parts of the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea to the west and the Bay of Bengal to the east. Figure 2.4 on the right, this map of India is the same as figure 1.6, but with the addition of the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. Also marked are India's 2 major groups of islands. See subsection on islands further below. Oceans and disasters. Returning to the picture of the earth at the start of this chapter, you may have noticed white shapes across the globe. Did you guess what they are? They are large masses of clouds. Such clouds bring rain to the continents. For instance, the monsoon rains we in India expect every summer originate in the ocean. Without such rains, our agriculture and all life will suffer. But oceans often also give rise to storms, violent events with extreme rainfall or very strong winds, such as cyclones, which can cause widespread damage to coastal regions of the world. A tsunami is another natural disaster that originates in the ocean. It is a huge and powerful wave which generally caused by a strong earthquake or a volcanic eruption at the bottom of the ocean. Tsunamis can travel thousands of kilometers and submerge coastal areas, causing widespread damage. Don't miss out. On 26 December 2004, India and another 13 countries around the Indian Ocean were struck by a powerful tsunami caused by an earthquake in Indonesia. More than 2 lakh people lost their lives. In India, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, see figure 2.4 above, and also the subsection islands further below, and the coast of Tamil Nadu and Kerala were severely affected and suffered much damage and loss of life. Such tsunamis are rare but very destructive. Luckily, they can often be detected before they hit a coast. Many countries collaborated in such early warning system. There is, in particular, an Indian Ocean tsunami warning system to which many countries, including India, contribute. This helps to take measures to protect lives and property. Events that lead to loss of life and property are handled under disaster management. India has its own National Disaster Management Authority deal with all kinds of disaster. We will see more examples in the next chapter. Continents. Continents are visible on the map of oceans, figure 2.3. How many can you count? The answer is not so simple, as they can be counted in several ways, depending on our choice. We may list any number of continents between 4 and 7. Here is why. North America and South America are generally considered to be two continents, but if seen as a single landmass, they can also be considered as one. Europe and Asia are generally considered as two continents, although the map makes it clear that they form a single landmass. For historical and cultural reasons, Europe's evolution has been very different from Asia, which is why they can be seen as two continents. Geologists, however, often regard them as a single continent called Eurasia. Africa and Eurasia are generally regarded as two continents, but sometimes as one. Let us summarize the different counts in table. Count of continents in alphabetical order. 4 continents: Africa, Eurasia, America, Antarctica, Australia. 5 continents: Africa, America, Antarctica, Australia, Eurasia. 6 continents: Africa, Antarctica, Australia, Eurasia, North America, South America. This is reflected in figure 2.3 on page 32. 7 continents: Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, South America. In practice, the last list of 7 continents is the one most widely adopted and used. Don't miss out. How many? You may have seen the 5 Olympic rings, one of the symbols of the Olympic Games. They symbolize the gathering of sports people from all over the world. The rings were chosen to represent 5 inhabited continents: Africa, America, Asia, Australia, and Europe. Now let us look at the diagram on page 36, which is based on the list of 7 continents. It does not show their actual shapes, but their relative sizes. Here we can see. Let's explore. First, counting the number of squares, name the largest continent and the smallest. Which one is larger, North America or South America, Africa or North America, Antarctica or Australia? Recolor the diagram by having a single color for Europe and Asia and rename the result as Eurasia. Compare its size with South America's. Write down the list of continents from the smallest to the largest. Islands. If you have carefully observed the two maps earlier in this chapter, figure 2.2 and 2.3, you may have noticed that the continents do not include all land masses. Some smaller pieces of land are left out, surrounded by water on all sides. They are called islands. Continents are also surrounded by water, but because they are so large, they are not considered islands. There are lakhs of islands on the planet of very different sizes. Don't miss out. Greenland is the largest island in the world. Locate it on a globe or a map. You would have to add the areas of the 10 largest states of India to reach its size. India has more than 1,300 small islands. Those include two major groups, Andaman and Nicobar Island in the Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea. See figure 2.4. Since 1981, the Indian Antarctica program has been exploring Antarctica, a continent with a very cold climate and harsh environment. See the white expanse at the bottom of figure 2.1. Which is mostly ice. In 1983, India established its first scientific base station there, called Dakshin Gangotri. Two more bases were established later. About 40 teams of Indian scientists have conducted research in this faraway region, especially on the evolution of climate and environment. The settlement where the scientists live has a library and even a post office. Oceans and life. Oceans and continents are a vital part of the environment and affect most aspects of our lives. Even if we do not notice it, we have mentioned that oceans send rain to the continent. This is part of Earth's water cycle, which you will further study in science. Without ocean, for instance, there would be no rainfall. The Earth would be a desert. Moreover, more than half of the world's oxygen is produced by the ocean's flora, which is why they are called the planet's lungs. The oceans therefore play a crucial role in regulating the climate and sustaining life on Earth. Oceans have deeply impacted humanity in many other ways. From early times, people have used oceans and sea to migrate to other regions, to trade in all kinds of goods, to conduct military campaigns, and as a source of food through fishing. Oceans have also nourished the culture of coastal people all over the world. Almost all of them have tales and legends about the sea. Sea gods and goddesses, sea monsters and treasures from the sea, The ocean's dangerous but also their blessing. Don't miss out. The United Nations has designated June 8 as World Ocean Day to remind us all of the major role the ocean play in everyday life. It serves as the lungs of our planet, a major source of food and medicine and a critical part of the biosphere. Scientific studies have shown how the oceans are polluted by human activity. We throw several million tons of plastic waste into the ocean every year, choking marine life. There are several other forms of pollution. As a result, the marine environment is under threat. Overfishing, excessive fishing, is another cause for the decline of marine life. It is our collective responsibility to protect oceans for the future of the planet and of humanity. Before we move on, the Earth's surface has vast water bodies called oceans and large land masses called continents. Oceans are interconnected. Continent may be counted in various ways. The most common count is 7. The northern hemisphere has more land than the southern hemisphere. Oceans support all kinds of marine life and play a crucial role in world climate. They are now seriously affected by human activity and need our collective protection. Thank you.